During Israel Apartheid Week, radicals around the world will try to subvert South African history. They will attempt to distort the true meaning of apartheid by diminishing its horrors and by using the history of apartheid for their own selfish political gains. By attempting to compare the evils of apartheid to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict in the Middle East, they will insult the millions of South African victims of apartheid and belittle their suffering and struggle.
Allahu Akbar!
Rather than focusing on the massacre in Syria, where more than 200,000 people have been killed in the past 18 months by an oppressive dictatorship. Rather than focusing on the gross human rights violations taking place in the theocracy in Iran, where the democratic movement has been crushed. Rather than focusing on the oppression of women in Saudi Arabia, where local women are not even permitted to drive. Rather than focusing on the execution of gay people throughout the Arab world, where bodies hang lifelessly from trees. Rather than focusing on the overthrow of the democratically elected government in Egypt. Instead, the small group of radicals want you to rather focus your attention on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, where Israel struggles to survive in a sea of conflict and the Palestinians struggle to achieve national self-determination. Surely your efforts would best be placed in trying to help Israelis and Palestinians achieve peace. No one trusts the organizers of Israel Apartheid Week. Most people understand that Israel Apartheid Week is merely a tactic to destroy Israel, to wipe Israel off the map. Israel Apartheid Week has nothing to do with Israeli actions in the West Bank or any other system that exists in the Middle East. The truth is that Israel is far from the perfect state. In a similar way, there is much wrong with South Africa and the countries that surround us. But to compare Israel to apartheid is an insult to the millions of South Africans who suffered under the oppression of a racist minority regime. Apartheid was introduced into South Africa in 1948 and was a system of racial superiority imposed by a white minority on the black people of South Africa. It separated people of different racial backgrounds into different areas. It deprived people of education, and most importantly, it robbed Africans of the right to vote. In South Africa, under apartheid, black people were an oppressed majority in their own land. In comparison, Israel is a free democratic society where all citizens, regardless of race or religion or culture, enjoy full democratic rights, including the right to vote, to live wherever they want, to be educated in any institution, and live as free citizens in one of the most democratic countries in the whole world. The conflict between Israelis and Palestinians stems from the Arab world's refusal to accept the United Nations creation of the State of Israel. If you are a true activist, if you believe in peace, then on your campus encourage the current peace process taking place between Israelis and Palestinians today. For the sake of both Israel and Palestine, be a champion of peace on your campus today.